Hey there, homegirls. Welcome to the Adventures of Des and Cort podcast.
I'm Cort.
And I'm Des.
And together we're the unstoppable duo who've been friends for a whopping 29 years.
From sharing secrets in our teenage years to navigating the ups and downs of adulthood, we've been through it all together.
And now we're inviting you to join us as we dive into the adventures of friendship, life, and everything in between.
We're here to share our experiences, insights, and plenty of laughs along the way.
From discussing the joys and challenges of career and family to exploring self-discovery and personal growth, no topic is off limits here.
We want to create a space where women of all ages can feel seen, heard, and understood.
So grab your favorite beverage, cozy up, and let's embark on this journey together. Because life's greatest journeys are best traveled with a friend by your side. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome, everybody, to Adventures of Des and Cort. I'm Cort.
And I'm Des.
You look pretty today.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Thanks. I try to be. We are starting out again with hot flashes. Do you want to start or you want me to?
No, I want you to.
Okay. So mine today, sometimes you struggle. You have little things that annoy you, but this week I struggled, but then one popped up last minute. In business or really personal life, when you email somebody, let's say, for example, you email and say, yes, I got that. Everything is good. Can you tell me when this is going to be? Or do you like that? You have a couple questions after you answer something that they did or a statement. And then they reply with like a thank you or something they did and they didn't read the whole email.
Yeah, they just read your response to their original question and they got what they needed, so they're moving on.
Yeah, they aren't answering the question. You're like,
drives me
so then
nuts.
You have to send another email and say, did you see the questions I asked? And reiterate the questions. I've had some people then answer only one of those questions and you're like, okay, this is enough.
Yeah, I'm calling you now.
Yeah.
I'm calling you and we're going to talk.
You need, if you're looking at your emails, you need to slow down, take a minute, read that full thing. Don't rush on me.
I will.
You're an offender?
I'm an offender. And I will say why. Okay? I'm going to justify
you do
this
it in
behavior.
passing.
I'm going to justify this behavior. So the amount of emails we get in a day is insane for our line of work. So a lot of them I feel like don't even pertain to us, right? And then you get one that you're like, okay, this is a mass email. Parts of it do pertain to me. So I do skim. And then I don't follow through with like the action items that they gave because I'm like, oh, that must not pertain to me. I'm really bad at that. Or if it's a quick email for me and somebody comes back with a biography.
Yeah, they lost you.
I'm like,
yeah, they lost.
They lost me. Yeah. And I know it comes off really rude. But sometimes I'm not super detail oriented. I'm like, I'll figure it out. So I am kind of an offender. I try not to be. But if you answered my question and then had like a question right after that, I would catch that.
Yeah.
But
it's when there's too much, it's too wordy.
Yeah.
You go.
I'll see a big long text and I'm like, gosh, I have to be in the right frame of mind to handle it.
Okay. I get it. And I'm sure I'm offender too at some point. But when you're on the receiving end of it,
it pisses you off.
I want to reach through that computer screen and choke you out.
I've been on the receiving end of my own behavior, so I do get it. That is a good one. That's a good one.
What is yours?
It's silly, probably. But when you're trying to do something better, right? And you're just trying to make little decisions every day to be better. Whether it's what you're eating, whether it's how you're exercising, whether it's anything, right? Everybody is doing something. the people who are know-it-alls that get on social media and they're like, do this, not that.
Oh, God.
Like they're a professional in everything.
An MD. And all the things.
I'm like, get the fuck out of
here.
here.
A doctor and all the PhDs.
They're probably not even realizing, and they probably think they're just putting out good information because some people find it helpful. And maybe I'm just offended by it because it irritates me.
No, it irritates me too. I get it.
When somebody's trying, or like you post about something and then somebody like messages you about it.
Yeah.
Not even just saying, hey, great job. They message you and they're like, well, have you done this? And it's like, well, I told you what I was doing. I wasn't complaining about my results. Mm-hmm.
Stop.
Yeah.
You didn't ask for your unsolicited advice.
Unsolicited advice. Mm-hmm. Drives me nuts.
I totally
do this, not that.
Understand.
I don't know why that just really like gets under my skin.
Yeah. You're like,
real bad.
Recently been taking vitamins. Super excited about that. You shouldn't be taking that one.
Yeah.
You should be doing this one.
Yeah. Or is that naturally sourced?
You don't need all of those. You only need this and this. It's like,
well, it's just
stop it.
You just need this and this. Mm-hmm. Drives me nuts.
You're working out. You're trying to get a routine. Well, you shouldn't be doing only that, or you should only be doing that for this amount. But you should also be doing this. Fuck off.
Yeah, we're totally in the age of I know everything, and I'm going to tell everyone that I know everything.
Yeah.
Like, do you, girl. Like, if you're do this is you're not eating the whole bag of chips, just a half a bag of chips. Good job.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you, well, do you know how many chemicals are in that bag of chips?
It's the small wins.
Do this.
Yes.
Have you tried zucchini chips? Get out of here.
Ain't a zucchini chip that tastes like a regular chip.
Clearly, I'm way more passionate about this than I thought I was. But just, if people are doing bad things to better themselves, let them. If they see you doing something that is bettering you, and they reach out and say, hey, I'm super interested in it, that's one thing. But when you put out content that's do this, not that, it makes people feel like they're not doing enough. Yes. And I'm so tired of a culture where, especially with women, like we constantly feel like we're not doing enough. Whether, you're not making your kids homemade cinnamon rolls with your own farm ingredients, right. And you know what I mean?
Growing the food that you eat. Yes. Yep.
So, anyways.
I totally get it. That goes into something I've been thinking a lot about lately, kind of like comparing. It's hard I feel like it's hard to get across my point in this, but like if two people were sick and one person being like, no, I'm sicker than you. How do you know? How do you know what I've gone through?
Right.
Or I'm more stressed out than you. How do you know? How do you know what that person's going through, right. Or what I've gone through,
right.
Or what somebody else's threshold to something might not be as high or may be higher.
Right. I think that's hard too, like in couples, right?
Yeah.
Because we live together.
Yep.
And so Josh,
this week we were both been sick. And I think it's hilarious because Josh doesn't do this often, but we were talking and I had gotten up this week and gone to work, but I work at a desk and then I was going home and trying to keep my workout routine. So I was working out, but not pushing myself as hard, but still moving. Mm-hmm. He works out in the morning and was not going to work out, but his job is physical. So he was going to work all day.
Right.
And then when he came home and he was like, you worked out? And I was like, yeah, he was. And I was doing something else. And I was like, it's fine. It'll be fine. Like, I've got a cold. People get colds. And he's like, my head is pounding. I'm so tired. I don't know how you worked out. You must not be as sick as me. I was like, get out. But maybe, I don't know. He's got the man flu, and they get the man flu, and women are just tougher as well, I think. But maybe he just has a lower threshold to sickness than I do.
Yeah. Yep. And that's so true being like in a marriage, right? Because we just automatically assume they can handle as much as us.
Right.
Right? Because we're partners. So like that means you do everything the way I do.
Yep.
They don't. We realize this.
Right.
But different levels of stress. Like one little thing might set somebody off and the other person is looking at them like, you need to settle down.
Yes.
You know, you're having a complete meltdown over something so insignificant to the other person.
Yeah, they think
usually
it's silly.
There's a bunch of things behind that
Right.
one little thing.
Right.
But yeah, I could totally see your reaction when Josh said, you're probably not as sick as me.
I was like,
Excuse me?
I thought it was funny yesterday when we, because I had told Des that story a little bit, and we were chit-chatting, and we both had a day yesterday because, you know, we're 41 years old and our hormones are all over the place, and our kids are 18 and graduating, and our emotions are all over the place because of both things.
Yeah, May's going to be stressful.
Yeah. So we both had maybe had a meltdown at different times, and we were chit-chatting on the phone at the end of the day, and she goes, I'm glad you worked out. You must not be as sad as me.
Couldn't help it. It was just like the perfect setup after the day we had.
You just must not be as sad as me.
I must be sadder than you today.
I just feel like we all need to, it goes back to the grace thing, show some grace and not assume. I think it's easy to get like, toughen up, buttercup.
Yeah.
But giving a little grace and being like, they may have had a worse day. Maybe they just can't handle it as well.
It's like, I'm going to give you a minute, but it may be a couple of days, but you ain't going to be this sick for that long.
Yeah.
You got it? We're not going to have a competition all week of who's
son of a bitch.
sickest.
That's what it feels like.
A competition.
Yes. And it feels like, you know, you'd go and
they're like, they've got a longer sniff. You're like,
it did
or
start
you get
to
a little
that way. Yeah.
And they've got this like pneumonia cough.
Yes, it did start to feel that way. But Josh and I are both a little competitive too, so it really
Why not?
it really did. Like at one point last night I was like, and he's all, I'm like, I know you're sick too. You don't have to be sicker than me.
You're right. You are sicker than me. You are.
It just made me giggle.
Speaking of spouses, this one's kind of funny.
What?
So this weekend, you know, you were out of town at U of I, and I had Trey's prom Saturday. And Trey's mom and I were talking on the phone about how terrible kids are at making plans. Like, we were running all over Boise, it felt like, trying to figure out where to take pictures.
Yes.
Because kids don't communicate
Especially
a plan.
boys.
They really don't understand, like, time. And, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, anyways, it was a long day Saturday. Sunday, I had ordered groceries because, you know, I don't go into the store. God, COVID really ruined me. I take full advantage of that.
Made it super convenient for us.
So I had ordered groceries Saturday on the way home, and Sunday I had to pick them up at like 9, I think it was. Well, I ended up sleeping in. I slept so freaking good on Saturday night.
Nice.
That I was like, well, I'm going to pick up the groceries. Corey's like, okay, I'm in my pajamas.
Yeah.
You know, my matchy pajamas that I live.
So they're like, it's like a button-up collared shirt.
It's not the collared ones.
Oh.
God, I love a collar, even.
You do
even in
love
my
a damn
jams.
collar.
It's the black ones that are like the waffled knit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I was in those and I had on my slippers even. Yes. And I told Corey, well, I'm going to put on my sunglasses because that makes me feel like, you know, people won't recognize me.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, I hope the paparazzi doesn't catch you. And totally started making fun of me.
Dang.
And it was, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, you're right. That did sound very like,
I'm gonna get noticed.
Yeah, I didn't even mean it like that.
I'm gonna get noticed.
Right. But what I meant was my sunglasses make me feel like I'm invincible. And so if I have my sunglasses on, nobody notices that I've got like a whirl in the back of my head or that I'm in my pajamas.
It's like the little kid playing peekaboo that covers his eyes and he thinks everybody's gone.
Nobody sees me, right? But I get home and we're unloading the bags and he's like, did any paparazzi chase you? I'm like, shut up, Corey.
That's enough.
Shut up. But he's like harassed me about it all week. Yes. Have you been noticed yet today? I'm like, maybe. Maybe. I mean, the town's 14,000 people. You're bound to see someone you know, right?
Yep. And everybody got a camera.
Everyone.
Everybody paparazzi Corey.
Yep. Like they give a shit.
Right. They're like, girl, I'm trying to get my groceries to get home to not notice. Please act like you don't see me either.
What about when you pull up into the grocery pickup and you pull up next to a car and you're like, oh God, I do know that person. And so then it's like a competition. We're staring forward.
Yeah. Oh,
don't look at me. I won't look at you.
That's me at a stoplight.
Yep.
Like this. I don't. Why? Can you not just turn and wave? Like what?
Maybe you're worried about making it awkward. I don't know, but
you don't want to be the first one to wave. That's what it is. You don't want to seem too eager.
Right. So excited to see you.
So excited.
Or now, you're like me. You think you know that person and you wave and you're like, oh God, I don't know them.
I don't know. That's my favorite because then I feel like you made somebody's day.
Yeah.
They're like, that lady was real happy to see me.
Yeah, she's so nice.
I'm going to start just looking at people and waiting for them to wave at me first.
I would be staring straight in my sunglasses with a smile.
Mm-hmm. Make them wave. Now, in person, I totally understand.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk in the middle of Walmart when 90 people are going by us. I would prefer not to do that.
Saying hi and stuff and how you been, good, but
I don't want to have a 30-minute conversation in an aisle.
Blocking the aisle and people getting mad at you. Yeah, for sure.
I'll wave. I'll smile. I'll say hi. Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm going to let you move on. You let me move on.
Right.
Mutual agreement, okay?
Do not hold me hostage. I cannot catch you up on the last 16 years of my child's life. Yeah, paparazzi.
Yes.
So you're such a jerk. What's in your can?
LMNT sent some of their new sparkling edition for the electrolytes. It has 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, and 60 milligrams magnesium. And I'm going to try it for the first time. It's the grapefruit one.
Oh, grapefruit's your favorite. Mm-hmm. A little sour?
No, it's really good.
Really? How sick are you? Can I try it?
You could try it.
You're like 4 days in.
I'm good. 4 days in.
You're good.
It's really good. So I like to drink my packets, the LMNT packets, in more water because it dulls
pretty good.
The salt down. Uh-huh. So this one's a little saltier than I'm used to. Mm-hmm. But I love the grapefruit's my favorite.
That's pretty good.
I think one of my summer drinks is going to be some grapefruit LMNT sparkle and some tequila. Oh, I'm going to kill two birds with one stone.
Yep. No hangover because you won't get dehydrated. Mm-hmm. It's so funny to me how, serious you are about your hydration now. Mm-hmm. Because when we first started working together, Cortnie would drink, 1 cup of water per day.
Yeah. I did not drink water. If I did, it was with some Crystal Light.
Yeah. Now...
That's all I do.
Yeah, we were in Idaho Falls.
Fucking emotional support water bottle. Oh, God. Yep.
We were in Idaho Falls, and we had taught this, and it wasn't really taught, but we had been a part of this class, almost like a panel where you're just discussing different loan things. And so there was water there and other drinks and stuff like that. And
we're picking up
after the class. And Courtney says to one of our girls that we work with, she says, "Can I have some of those waters?" Me and Des are kind of picky about water. We end up with half a case of freaking water. We're only staying one night, but we're both so scared of running out of water and having to drink the shitty water. And this is from a girl who drank 1 cup a day 10 years ago.
It's such first world problems.
Oh, for sure. I don't like the way that tastes.
Cannot drink tap water. Please, can I have all of those bottles of water?
So we're huffing up our 3 flights of stairs with all of our water.
A half a case of water.
Who are you?
I don't know. It's all I drink now. And oftentimes I'm walking into a restaurant with my giant 48-ounce emotional support water bottle.
Yeah.
And Des is like, can you not drink water from the restaurant? I'm like, shit.
Yeah. She brings it in. I mean, sets it up on the table and everything. You've gotten a lot better about that because now I see her reaching for it when we're getting out of the car. I'm like, no, ma'am. No.
You keep that here.
No, you may not.
God.
I love it. It makes me giggle.
Silly.
So there is, those pages that you follow. You and I both follow the same one.
Yep.
And now there's the ability to have anonymous posts in these groups, right?
Yes, it's my favorite.
And some people have the most unhinged anonymous posts. Mm-hmm. And I feel like they are totally worthy of some airtime.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like, I just feel like they need to be shared. Mm-hmm. So I have one and Courtney has one. And I think, do you want to read yours first or you want me to go?
Doesn't matter to me. What do you want?
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So mine made me giggle, and I took a snap of it because it plays on our basically Esmeralda and Wambulance and also calling the cops. Uh-huh. So this anonymous person writes, I'm so tempted to call the cops on my 5-year-old. Is that bad parenting?
No.
I don't know. He is so unruly. He keeps running away to neighbors because he likes playing with their kids, and he just met them last week. I'm huge and pregnant right now with a toddler as well, and it's very hard to keep up with him and his anger attitude and how he never listens. He says he wants a new mommy and daddy, and I said, that's fine. I'll go ahead and call the cops so they can come take you to a new one. Just a ambulance.
Yep, for sure. They're coming.
Today, he's insisting to go to the neighbors when they aren't even home and throwing a tantrum because I won't let him. We're hoping to get him into therapy ASAP, so that's already in the works. But oh my God, I want to pull my hair out with this kid. He's even packing a suitcase and went to the neighbors the first day he played with these kids. So embarrassing. He just thinks he can leave my house as he pleases. We rent, so we just have one lock and not a top latch. But either way, he would get a chair and open the door. I can't even shower or pee because he'll take advantage and run out. This kid...
She's pregnant and can't even pee.
She's like, he's gone already. And like I said, I'm huge and pregnant, have a toddler, so moving for me is like a snail. But anyway, can I call the cops on him? Or have them scare him or something? Is he too young for that? Although his attitude is like a teenager's, has anyone done this and it worked? I'm also afraid if I do that, then I might get CPS called on me. This pregnancy rage is not helping me either. Poor mom.
Oh, man. And that helpless feeling, too. Like, I'm really good to this kid, and I love him so much. I don't know why he refuses to stay at my home.
Like, poor lady. And she's getting him therapy. Like, we understand there's something obviously going on with the kid that he needs help with.
Just being a kid.
But sometimes they are just dicks.
Yeah. And he might just need to be out and playing. Like, maybe he's sick of his toddler little brother or sister,
Yes. And sometimes I feel like us as moms, we think our children are fucking the best.
Absolutely.
And can be manipulated like no other. Mm-hmm. And not be as strong sometimes as moms should be. And maybe she does need to call the cops on her 5-year-old. Because
I'm for it.
Me too.
I vote yes.
Yeah. Let him come and give him a little chit chat.
You remember when Maury Povich would do Scared Straight?
Oh my God.
Or was that Dr. Phil? I think it was Dr. Phil because he had the Catch Me Outside
Catch Me Outside. How about that?
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe he needs a Scared Straight.
I feel like I was a cop and somebody called and said, if you have some free time,
I'm on my way.
Could you come by and just have a talk with my kid?
Yeah.
I think I would do it.
For
I
sure.
ain't calling CPS. Everybody has. It takes a village.
Right.
Help this poor mom out. Scare her kid a little bit.
Right.
She's struggling.
Maybe we could take our police badges and
Oh
go
my
help
God.
her.
Yes.
Keep our sunglasses on. Listen here, you little shit.
Put on a blazer.
If you want to leave the house, I'll be in my, like we're detectives.
Yep.
So your mom said you've been running away. Okay? You can leave and go play, but you have to ask first. You open that door on your own, I'll be waiting for you. Yeah. I'm going to arrest you.
Yep. She has to call us again.
Yeah.
You go into jail.
Yep.
I would be scared. Mm-hmm. But I feel like some kids just are like...
They don't care. And it sounds like he might be one of those.
Fuck around and find out. I think you're going to find out.
Yep. He's like, call him.
Yep. What's yours?
So this is the same page, Anonymous post. And it says, and this spoke to me because I've done some dumb shit. I'm a little clumsy sometimes, or don't think things through, don't think about the small details sometimes. I've gotten better, but this person says, I've done a lot of dumb things in my life.
Oh, no.
Top 3. I inhaled a needle with a ball on the tip. Luckily, it got stuck in my lung and I got rushed to the ER. I've used a magic eraser to remove waterproof mascara and chemically burned my eyes for weeks.
My God.
No. And this last one, I had dry, cracked hands because I touched insulation. And I thought that putting super glue on it and then pulling it off would pull out the insulation. It didn't. It's embedded all over my fingertips, and it gets worse if I pick at it. And they're healing over, but they hurt so bad and are so sensitive. Is the emergency room going to laugh at me when I go in?
Yep.
Will they do anything?
They're not going to laugh to your face. But...
No, absolutely not. So I read this and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I don't know if I would have shared all of that.
No, me either.
Even as an anonymous person. But so I go to the comments. Absolutely. Oh. And someone commented, the emergency room treats people that put things up their butt. I think you'll be fine.
Love the support. We live in an age where you can Google
anything.
Yeah. Why are you using a magic eraser to take makeup off your eyes?
Chemical burn. I would have never thought a magic eraser. Lotion takes it off.
I just can't imagine being like, I don't have, water for shit's sake. Just try water first.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's waterproof and you need something.
I feel like that person has intrusive thoughts and they were like, they won.
They've won quite a few times from reading this. Super glue? Have you ever gotten super glue on your hands?
Yeah.
You can't, I feel like you can't get that shit off. It takes
forever to get off.
And if you do peel it off, it takes like the first 2 layers of your skin.
What are you doing to get insulation in your fingers?
I don't know. It's almost like they just like go buck wild and touch things and don't think.
Intrusive thoughts are winning for that person. I get it. Mine do sometimes too, but...
Not to that extent.
And why did you have a needle in your mouth? Your mom never told you get that shit out of your mouth?
I don't know, but
because my mom did a few times.
I saw that and I was like, no freaking way.
That's good.
No freaking way. It was a really good.
I was not expecting those dumb things.
I know your face said it all. Like, what?
Inhaled it.
How?
So what? Like, oh my God, I can't even. Yeah. I bet she swallowed it. Oh, she didn't inhale it. No, because if you swallowed it, it'd go in your stomach.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I know my lung hurts just thinking about it.
And your throat. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I cannot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Well, let us know, ma'am.
Yeah.
I hope you get their insulation out of your fingers. I would have Googled immediately.
Yeah.
Why would she be? I don't know. I wouldn't have put anything on it until I Googled something.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to go to a doctor. Not the emergency room, but the doctor.
And that one isn't even like the craziest one out of all three, I feel like. I really feel like the craziest one is the magic eraser.
Me too. Why? Like, you got a bar soap to wash your ass, probably.
Right.
Use that.
Yeah.
And some water.
Yeah. Or just, every day you're going to have eyelashes that are on point.
Like, what? It had to have, she probably had no eyelashes after that.
No. No eyelashes and red rings around her eyes from the chemical burn. I'm like, someone help her. I'm going to call CPS.
On her.
On her.
Calling the cops.
Yeah.
Calling the cops.
Jeez. How was U of I this weekend?
U of I was good. I love that campus. And if you have not been up to Moscow, Idaho, you need to go visit because it's super cool. It's like, I want to say Moscow has 25,000 people, so it's a little bigger than Mountain Home. But the campus itself and the downtown area feel a lot like Mountain Home, maybe even a little smaller.
Really?
It's just super, it feels like a little family. Mm-hmm. Everything's in walking distance. Isaac decided that he's going to rush and do a fraternity. That was weird because I never did I had 2 kids when I went to college. So I never did the traditional thing. Mm-hmm. So walking up and down the streets where it's lined with fraternities and sororities, all these old, beautiful houses.
Right.
And all these kids are outside playing cornhole and throwing bags, and the girls are hanging out on the front steps. It just was super, super cool. And to go walk through it all, I'm kind of glad as a mom, you go both ways. So I'm like, I could see him in a dorm and being focused at school, but would he have that friend group, a built-in friend group? And then on the going to a fraternity, you also think, okay, is he going to stay focused?
Yeah.
But they all say that they're dry, that they don't. But
they're college kids.
18 to 23. They're definitely drinking.
And it's an experimenting age. But their generation, too, though, I feel like they're different as far as, alcohol goes.
Uh-huh.
There's that big sober movement. So,
Maybe.
I
don't think. But I think it was. They definitely hidden. Yeah. They just didn't. They knew it was UI bound, and they were like, don't bring that out. I thought it was funny too. Walking through a few different fraternities, we walked through with a couple people that had gone up there to school a while ago, but just the different groups in each fraternity. There was you could totally tell it was a stoner group. We went through one fraternity that we weren't supposed to go through at this time, but they let us because they were still there. Mm-hmm. One kid came out of his room, and as a mom, you could totally see it. I didn't know that this was a stoner group until afterwards, and I was like, oh, I know now. So they're showing us different rooms, and this kid comes down the hallway, and he looks at us like, oh, hi.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, he's got that look on his face. And it took him a minute. He stood at the end of the hallway as we're, he's gone past us now. He stood at the end of the hallway looking at us what are they doing? Mm-hmm. And that, fumbled with something a little bit and then, went down some stairs, stood again for a second. He almost wanted to go back to his room. Mm-hmm. We get to his room, and, it smelled like 3 different types of Axe spray.
Oh,
and then we go downstairs, and they're like, that's the stoner group. They usually a lot of them will play games in their rooms. They keep to themselves.
Right.
I'm like, oh, he was in there, probably smoking, and he was just in case, we'll spray this.
Oh. Then you can just taste it.
No, it's super cool up there, though. I'm excited to take you up.
Mm. I get to go on Mom's weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited to take you up. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. How was Josh's behavior?
Josh, so there's a couple that Isaac's graduating with their son, and they're buds. They're really close friends, and they're going up there together and we know them. We just don't know them like super well. And we were excited to hang out with them. But you know, like sometimes when somebody says something to somebody you don't know super well, and you're like, they don't understand that you're a little dramatic.
Right. Because they don't know you.
Because they don't know you. Yeah. So
Right.
we're sitting and we're talking about how I want to change some things in my house. Since we've redid our house, I haven't decorated much. I bought a cheap couch because I couldn't commit.
Right.
I didn't want it to be expensive. But now that couch, it was a cream color. So, I mean, it's not super dirty, but you know, when you sit somewhere, it gets a little dingy.
Yeah.
And then because it's cheaper, it's like where we sit, it's worn and there's lots of snags in it. So to me, I don't love the couch. Josh doesn't love the couch. We need a new couch.
Right.
Same page, Josh. Well, Josh looks at this couple and says, it's fucking disgusting. I was mortified. And like I told Desiree, I'm still thinking about it yesterday. I was still thinking about it yesterday, like replaying it in my head. That he said our couch is fucking disgusting. I'm like, they probably think we take shits on the couch with the way you fucking said it's disgusting. Like, oh my God. Like, we don't smoke in our house. Our animals don't shed. There's not shit on my couch. It's got some snags and it's worn out. But I was mortified.
I totally would have never called it disgusting. Ever.
It's worn out.
Yeah. You're making us sound like dirty people.
Pigs. Yeah. Oh my.
Like you're just
my God.
munching on hot Cheetos on the couch.
Rubbing it.
Touching everything.
Sweating on the couch.
It's disgusting.
I'm mortified. I still, and I think that they could tell I was like, no, it's not that bad. Like there's just some snags in it and it's worn out. And the conversation kept going. And I was like, no, but can we I felt in my head like we need to go back to the couch conversation. It's not fucking disgusting.
You couldn't move on.
Can you come over to my house when we get back so you can see that it's not fucking disgusting and I'm not a pig, please? I don't need you thinking this.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Stop. You and Josh, every fucking...
I can't help it.
I don't want to say it.
I know.
You, Josh, and Isaac, that's all you be saying.
I know.
That's why
we're funny. We're funny. I love that they're on my team.
I just don't want to
like
say
when
it
I
anymore
got you,
for shit's sake.
Like when I got you on my team, telling Corey that's a no for me,
dog.
Yeah,
Isaac was like, that's kind of like, that's a no for me, dog. I said, except for I'm the one that doesn't like it.
Yep.
Can we please not?
Well, I only said that's a no for me, dog, one time, and Corey was so
annoyed.
Absolutely not, that I committed.
Yeah.
So anytime he would ask me a question, I'd be like, well, that's a no for me, dog. Or he'd text me and I'd send the meme. That's a no for me, dog. He was so sick of my shit. I love it.
I think it lasted for a couple years.
Occasionally, I still whip it out.
Still bring it out.
Yeah.
He's not as mad about it anymore.
No, he just rolls his eyes. He's like, you're such a dork.
That first 6 months,
he wanted to kill me.
Every time he would get so annoyed. It was the best.
And he didn't realize that the more he got annoyed, the more I was going to do it. Love it. But marriage is great.
Speaking of couches and furniture and things like that, I don't know why this popped in my head. Are you a dogs in the bed and on the couch person, or are you a not?
Not in the bed. Never in the bed.
Same.
Never in the bed. And then I saw this one thing where they were talking about if you let your dog sleep in your bed, you definitely have parasites.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that even solidified never in the bed.
Never in the bed.
Yeah, but Willie will hop up on the bed with Soph.
Oh.
And lay at her feet.
On her bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now he's trying that, but our bed's a lot higher than Sophia's, so he can't get up, but he stands up and looks at me like, help me out, girl. I'm like, no.
That's a no for me, dog.
I don't mind him on the couch, because, I don't know. Addie was able to get up on the couch, and Addie's a Bernedoodle, so she's human size. I mean, she's 93 pounds.
Yeah, she's a big girl.
But she was younger than our two labs, Marley and Lucy. And Marley was blind and would always run into Addie.
She didn't like that.
And Addie would like bark at her and like nip at her. But Marley couldn't see for the love of God. But you can't tell a dog, be nice, she's blind.
Yeah.
They don't understand
Can
that.
you not hit her?
So I started letting her sit up on the couch so that, you know, everybody was comfortable.
Yes.
Never let Lucy and Marley on the couch. And then we got Willie. Mm-hmm. And Willie now owns the couch.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Addie will try to get up there. And he's like, absolutely not. He hops up with like right as she's getting up and
Rude.
like goes around the back of the couch and pushes her down and then sits up and looks down at her.
What
He's
a little
such a
shithead.
shit. Yeah.
That's
Or
her
if-
couch before it was yours,
Yep,
kid.
Yep. And he totally acts like, no, you may not. If I'm loving on Addie, he comes and like bulldozes
Mine
his
does
way
that.
in. Like, no, you can't talk to her.
Yeah. If you're petting her, you got to pet me too.
No, he will come between us and he backs Addie up.
That's so
He don't want to be
neat.
pet by
He
me.
wants to be alpha.
Yeah.
That's what he's trying to
And
do.
she's annoyed by him. I'm like, Addie, you outweigh him by 70 pounds.
I'm right with you. Same. No dogs on a bed.
You don't want parasites.
No, if you think about it.
Yeah. Ew.
Well,
Ooh, and yours go
my
out in the
dogs.
horses.
Yeah, they go out. They run in horse shit. They run in cow shit. Like they're constantly running out in those fields, and there's whistle pigs out in those fields.
Yeah.
I'm not letting them.
You're going to get the plague.
Yeah, and they love eating horse shit. Like, no thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
I don't know.
Dolly has a spot on one of our chairs, but we, put a blanket over it, and
I
she
love
knows.
her.
But if I got something new, I don't know that I could. They're gonna have to be dog bed. I don't want you. It's like having toddlers. Mm-hmm. Don't touch that.
Yeah.
Keep your hands off that. Keep your hands to yourself.
But how are you going to break her from that? Because,
I don't know.
I mean, she gets comfortable. Like, she sits up. That chair, it's like a big, oversized, fluffy, disgusting chair.
Yeah, disgusting.
Dolly will get up there and she puts her front leg up on the arm of it and sits back.
Yeah.
Like she's...
Relax. She
Yeah.
watching TV with you.
Yeah, it's her spot. How are you going to break her?
She has come, since we've gotten Duke, she now will come over like where we sit and she'll lay on the ground right by the couch.
Oh.
Almost like, these are my people.
Yeah, I was here first. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially if because he'll sometimes get on the couch, which she's never have been allowed to do. Excuse me. And it's funny because I feel like she looks at us with like her human eyes and she's like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, she's like, I hate this dog.
You letting him up there and not me.
Yeah.
So, but now he's getting to that. As a puppy, you want him to snuggle you, and hang out with you. And now he's he's the same size as her, but he weighs more than her.
He's big.
And I'm like, get down.
Yeah. Breaking down my cushions.
Yeah. Breaking them down more. A little shit.
I love it.
That's all I got.
Josh, she's sicker than you. This has been fun catching up. Thanks for tuning in. Like we said, we can only grow if you help us. So make sure you follow us on Instagram at Adventures of Des and Cort, TikTok.
Leave us a review.
Yes, leave us a review and tell your friends.
See you later, homegirls.